it's very hard. It's not an argument one can sell. Very hard. Historically, politically, geographically, even Islamically. It's very hard to sell this argument that Palestine is ours. It's not ours. How did it become ours? So now the Muslims in Palestine are Muslims living on Jewish land. And this is the fact. Historically, geographically, this is how it is. We cannot change it.
You know, you talked about integration and global peace, and you have mentioned more than once that it's important for the Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam to work together, to learn from each other, to have dialogue. But you obviously must be aware also that there is this strong rise of anti-Semitism. In the Muslim world, there is a feeling of angst against the Jews, against the existence of Israel. How do you think Muslims should overcome this prejudice they have, this idea that everything in the world is a conspiracy theory by the Zionists?
The hatred that we have as Muslims against the Jewish people, I'm a Shia Muslim. The problem of the Shia Muslims against the Jews, or Israel, or anyone for that matter, began after 1979. Shia Muslims don't claim land from Israel, and Israel doesn't claim land from us. The Jewish people don't want anything from us, and we don't want anything from them. They've lived in Tehran, in Iraq, and we have cemeteries that prove their existence on this land. And there are many Muslims that have lived within the Palestinian region, which is now governed by the Jewish people. We don't have a problem with them. It is after the Khomeini revolution that everybody started to scream Al-Quds, Al-Quds. And Al-Quds doesn't belong to us. We have nothing to do with Al-Quds. We Shia Muslims, we have nothing to do with Al-Quds. It was built by the second caliph and the Umayyad dynasty. We reject both the second caliph and the Umayyad dynasty. And we don't even believe the Prophet went to Palestine. Masjid al-Aqsa, there's a big debate whether or not Masjid al-Aqsa, the farthest mosque, the furthest mosque, the very far mosque, that's the term, Aqsa. There's a big debate whether this is on earth or in the heavens because of its name. There's no proof that our Prophet went to Palestine at all. Yes, the direction of the prayer was towards Jerusalem, only because Jerusalem is very sacred to all Abrahamic faiths, especially the Jewish people. I believe if we can basically open the books of history and show the Muslims that Moses was before Jesus, a very logical matter. I don't see where the problem is. Moses was before Jesus. So how can we claim Palestine is ours when it is Jewish land? In the Quran, it's Jewish land. According to history, it's Jewish land. In fact, if there is any human civilization or any religion that wants to claim Jerusalem, it would be the Christians, not us. Between the Muslims and the Christians, there's a massive religion in between, a major religion, Christianity. And their prophet came, the leader, Jesus, the founder of their faith, came in our prophet, and their founder came in Jerusalem. So it's basically their Mecca. If anyone wanted to claim it, it would be them, not us. We have nothing there. We don't have the grave of our prophet, and we don't have the Ahlul Bayt. We don't have anything in Jerusalem. All we have is certain prophets that don't belong to us. They belong to all Abrahamic people. So this need to dominate and dominate was introduced by these terrorists, Hamas and Yasser Arafat and these people. Even though the Muslims, they love them because of personal interest. That's the main reason why we used to love them too. For personal interest, it was good. But if you want to be honest to yourself, honestly, what does Islam have to do in Jerusalem? How did Islam come to Jerusalem? Through the invasions led by Umar ibn al-Khattab, who kidnapped the governor of Jerusalem. He took him to Medina and then brought him back on a horse, and he gave him the keys to the city, and it was all done with. This is the only time we entered Jerusalem, by the sword. And we have nothing to do in that land, literally nothing. And these the very domes, Al-Quds and Aqsa, these need to be demolished. I know what I'm saying is very serious, but these need to be demolished. According to Islamic law, they need to be demolished. Not according to human rights or foreign policy, or we say Jewish have sacred sites under them. I couldn't care less who has the sacred sites under this. I'm saying, according to Islam, you cannot pray on occupied land. How can you build God's mosque on occupied land? According to our own jurisprudence as Muslims, Sunni and Shia, it's occupied land.